Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Another step in the direction of normalcy, the state easing COVID restrictions on indoor dining, nursing home visits, and more.
Does weight matter when it comes to the COVID vaccine? And can you get the vaccine if you take blood thinners? I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Tonight at 6, I'm answering more of your questions about the vaccines.
Governor Whitmer bristling at the notion that a big payout to the state's former health director amounts to hush money. The governor announcing significant changes to the state's COVID response today, increasing restaurant capacity and allowing more nursing home visits.
But questions surrounding the departure of Robert Gordon, the health department director, and the man the governor depended on throughout much of the pandemic, continue to grow tonight. Rod Maloney live in Lansing with the latest. Rod.
Yeah, Devin, you know, the Republicans here are saying, look, you look into New York and you see Andrew Cuomo's problems with nursing home numbers, that whole scandal. They say the governor mirrored a lot of his policies, including the nursing home situation here. So they have questions about that. They have questions about the payout to both Robert Gordon and also another one of his assistants, and they say there's a lot of trouble here. Robert Gordon's departure came out of nowhere January 22nd. His $155,000 plus settlement signed last week covers 9 months of his pay plus Cobra Health benefits. The governor wasn't saying much about it at a news conference today.
There were not any improprieties with Director Gordon's work. It's simply that he tendered his resignation and I accepted it.
Republican legislators have a lot to say. State Representative Steve Johnson calling the settlement hush money.
It is a public official being bought off with taxpayer dollars. What I want to know is, what are they hiding?
Lansing Republicans suspect nursing home death numbers are too low. MDHHS is reporting 5,523 nursing home residents have died since the pandemic started, roughly a third of the state's total deaths. State Senator Jim Runstead believes placing the COVID positive in the same building as the COVID negative caused much more serious damage.
Thousands of families who have lost individuals, and they want to know, was my loved one lost to COVID because of the policies of the governor here in the state of Michigan? We're not getting the answers, but we are going to get the answers.
Gordon put out his own statement tonight, quote, "It was an honor to be chosen as the director of the Department of Health and Human Services by Governor Whitmer. Under her leadership and alongside thousands of outstanding public employees, we accomplished a lot. Since the pandemic began, many leadership changes have happened in other states. It's no surprise they would happen in Michigan. I am grateful to have served," end quote. Now, Robert Gordon did say in his release that his father did pass away on Saturday evening. In the meantime, a lot of the senators are curious about this number. The governor makes just under $160,000 a year, according to a Business Insider survey done just last year. She also says that she took a 10% pay cut as part of the COVID response. And so they're saying, look, you got the governor giving away $13,000 more than she makes to one of her assistants. They want to know more. Back to you.
What are you hearing is the legislature's next move now, Rod?
Well, here's the thing. The MDHH director that's replacing Robert Gordon goes before the Senate on Thursday for confirmation, and they promise she's going to be getting a lot of questions about this. We just talked to the Attorney General's office because they had sent a letter to her to see if she might investigate, and they say they're doing an internal discussion as to whether they will move forward with an investigation.
You got it. All right, Rod. Rod Maloney reporting from Lansing. Moving now to the state's latest case numbers and some encouraging vaccine news from the White House.
President Biden says there will be enough vaccine doses for all American adults by the end of May. That's 2 months ahead of schedule. This comes after the White House announced drug maker Merck will help Johnson & Johnson make its single-dose vaccine after unexpected production issues. Meanwhile, the city of Detroit expands vaccination eligibility to manufacturing workers living in or working in Detroit. Workers can call 313-230-0505 to make an appointment. Michigan reports 1,067 new cases and 24 more deaths today.
Today, Governor Whitmer announced some of the state's restrictions are going to change. Under the changes, restaurants and bars can now operate at 50% capacity, and their curfew will be, I shouldn't say now, this will begin on Friday, and their curfew will be pushed back to 11 p.m. Retail stores and indoor entertainment venues can allow up to 50% capacity, too.
The state now says indoor residential gatherings can have up to 15 people from 3 different households. And family members will now be able to visit their loved ones in nursing homes, but indoor visitors will be subject to rapid antigen testing. The changes go into effect Friday, as you said, Devin, and last until April 19th. Here's Victor Williams with more on the changes and the reasoning behind them.
Over the past 7 weeks, we've seen a decline in key metrics determining where we are as a state in this pandemic. And because those numbers are starting to plummet, people who have loved ones in nursing homes can finally pay their family members a visit.
We know that this virus has taken a disproportionate toll on our seniors. And the isolation and the time apart has been taxing on everyone with loved ones in long-term care facilities.
Thankfully, on Friday, that toll can now be lifted as Governor Whitmer announced that Michigan residents can finally visit their loved ones at nursing homes.
Under the new guidelines, family members will be able to go and visit their relatives in nursing homes after receiving a negative COVID-19 test.
Starting Friday, March 5th through April 19th, visitation privileges will go to those who test negative for COVID, and it's all being done because the COVID numbers are starting to go on a downward trend.
All of the momentum that we are seeing is possible because we remain committed to following guidelines that protect public health.
Paula Cunningham of the AARP even expressed her gratitude at the move finally made by the governor's team, speaking on how hard the pandemic has been on those who may have watched alone from their nursing room beds.
The stories of separation during this time have been heart-wrenching. We welcome the state's effort to revisit prohibitions.
And with so many other ways of life returning to normal, like having a simple meal.
Today we are announcing that restaurants and bars can operate at 50% capacity. That's up from 25%.
The hope is that everything else will soon follow.
We want people to be able to visit their loved ones in a nursing home. And we know that our businesses are doing their part to make their establishments as safe as they can.
Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor, thank you. The head of the Michigan Restaurant and Lodging Association responded to the governor's announcement with a statement saying, quote, "While we are disappointed about the length of the order given the fragile state of the hospitality industry and improving outcomes, we are committed to working toward collaborative and consistent, emphasis on consistent progress toward the full reintegration of the industry as Michigan moves more fully into a new phase of this pandemic," end quote. Meanwhile, State Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey says today actions don't go far enough. In a statement, the Republican lawmaker called the announcement, quote, "woefully inadequate," and claimed it ensures we remain completely out of step regionally and nationally and will drive more Michiganders out of their jobs and out of our state.
Long-awaited statewide election audit is complete, and Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson says it confirms Michigan's results are accurate. The audit shows of the more than 5.5 million votes cast, 60% or 3.3 million were cast as absentee ballots. 30,000 Michiganders went to the polls and registered just before they voted. 250 audits ended up completed statewide, and that included a hand count of 18,000 votes in Antrim County. It found the Dominion machines accurately counted those ballots. Another audit found fewer than 1/100% of Detroit's absentee ballots were out of balance.
Mayor Mike Duggan announcing today a new plan to address alcohol issues in some Detroit firehouses after 2 drunk driving incidents in the past 8 days involving firefighters. Duggan says no alcohol will be allowed at the stations and support programs will be put in place to help firefighters deal with the unique stresses presented by the pandemic. Meanwhile, Local 4 Defender Sean Lay has been looking into DFD's most recent drunk driving incident and the history of the man behind the wheel.
Yes, Detroit's fire commissioner tells me they are investigating Acting Chief 5 and his crash and arrest from Monday morning. They say they will go where the investigation leads them. We're finding it's leading them straight back to 2016 when the same firefighter was in trouble. The image is shocking. A Detroit Fire SUV dangling over the lodge. Our cameras capturing Acting Chief 5 being taken into custody Monday morning. Sources say not only did he crash the vehicle, he was taken to be tested for alcohol and was found to be under the influence.
The Detroit Fire Department says its members show up and put their lives on the line each day. But Chief 5, he was a no-show when he was supposed to be in charge of a fire run on the west side. He was found in his crashed SUV, unable to get out.
Ladder 22 on state. I'm like Chief 5.
We all make mistakes, but how do you bring somebody like that back?
The penalty for consuming alcohol on duty is termination. There's also a separate criminal investigation that is underway, and we're going to hold him and anyone else who might have consumed alcohol accountable.
The Local 4 defenders are finding that the same firefighter who crashed the SUV Monday, he was suspended in 2016, testing positive for codeine not prescribed to him, and his crash and arrest exploding in controversy just days after the driver of Squad 6 was found to be driving a fire rig drunk while responding to a medical emergency. Sources say they're shocked, saying all firefighters have to be sharp and on their best behavior now more than ever, and can't believe a veteran acting chief would be drinking on duty. What's interesting, we continue to check, and the firefighter who crashed Squad 6 and Chief 5 who crashed Monday, no charges have yet been filed in either case. Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
Hey, Sean. Meanwhile, Madison Heights is mourning a firefighter who passed away while on duty today. Captain Jeff Brozich was a 20-year veteran of the department. Firefighters found Captain Brozich unresponsive at the station when it was time to head out on a 911 call. It was determined he had suffered a heart attack. To honor Brozich, the city of Madison Heights updated their Facebook profile to a picture of him. Captain Brozich was 57 years old. He is survived by a daughter, 2 stepchildren, and his wife, Lindsay, who serves as a Madison Heights police officer.
A Local 4 News update now. No charges are going to be filed in the case of a KKK flag displayed at a home in Grosse Pointe Park. You'll recall protesters gathered last month outside a home on Weyburn Street where the flag was displayed. Police say the flag aimed in the direction of a neighbor who is black. Today, Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy says charges were not filed because the act does not fall under the ethnic intimidation statute.
We're getting a bit of a reality check with these temperatures.
Ben, nice to see the sun, though, today.
Yeah, we've nailed the looks part pretty well here. It's the temperatures that we still got to work on, but we'll make up for it tomorrow. That is in your 7-day forecast coming up.
Does weight matter when it comes to the COVID vaccine? Can you get the vaccine if you take blood thinners? I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, I'm answering more of your questions about the vaccines.